Men in Black International, or MIB International as some people are calling it, is a spin-off that takes place in the world of Men in Black. It's directed by F. Gary Gray. If you don't know who F. Gary Gray is, look up films like The Fate of the Furious and Straight Outta Compton. The film stars Chris Hemsworth as Agent H. It also stars Tessa Thompson as Agent M. Thompson stars as this person who spends like 20 years of her life looking for the Men in Black. Due to some experiences that she had as a kid, she's always wanted to find the Men in Black. She's always wanted to discover them and figure out where they are. One day she stumbles upon them and finds out where they are. One of the heads of the Men in Black decides to give her probationary status as an officer because she was impressed or something. So basically Emma Thompson becomes a new agent and she has to try to learn the ropes alongside Agent H, played by Chris Hemsworth, as her new partner. They stumble upon this case where somebody gets killed and then there's this MacGuffin and then they have to keep this MacGuffin out of enemy hands. You know, it's pretty much standard issue Men in Black shit. When I started doing this video, I thought about doing something special for like the thumbnail or maybe some special feature for the video because it is Men in Black after all. Most YouTube reviewers are going to be doing it in shades, like they're going to be doing the review with shades on, or most reviews, or I don't know, they're going to be doing something like that, like be wearing shades in the thumbnail. I was going to wear shades, but then I figured, you know what, this is a spinoff. There's no Will Smith, there's no Tommy Lee Jones in this movie, even though they are briefly referenced. I decided if there's no Tommy Lee Jones and there ain't no Will Smith, then this movie does not deserve shades. It's not good enough to get shades. No, I'm not going to wear shades. I thought about doing something for the video itself, like maybe I just do it with a color black filter or something like that. Then I figured I'm wearing a black shirt and I'm a black man and I'm reviewing a Men in Black movie. Black on black on black. That's black within a black within a black. That's blackception. That's too much black. And we don't need to do any of that. In the end, I'm going to talk about what I kind of liked about the movie. For starters, I thought Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson were the best thing about the movie. These guys have really good chemistry. You can tell, obviously, because they've worked together before on films like Thor Ragnarok and Avengers Endgame and stuff like that. One thing I have become pretty impressed with over the years with Chris Hemsworth is how he does have some really good comedic chops as an actor. When he initially burst into the scene, I never thought that Chris Hemsworth would be like one of those funny actors, but he definitely has a really good comedic timing. He really does have a good delivery when it comes to jokes in these movies. And like I said, him and Tessa Thompson play off of each other so well. I don't know what their relationship is like in real life. For all I know, they might hate each other's fucking guts. In this movie, they play off of each other really well. They bounce that snappy, funny dialogue off of each other, and it's somewhat entertaining to watch. This would be the perfect Thor and Valkyrie spinoff. This is probably what it would be like. There's a MacGuffin, and for the sake of the story, I'm not going to reveal what the MacGuffin is, but you know, there's always a MacGuffin or a thingamabob or a what's-a-majigger in these movies that people have to find and search out. MacGuffin affects the entire plot, it affects the villains, it affects the twists that the story has. Like, basically everything is built around this, so you already know what you're in for. I will say that the movie did have some pretty entertaining action sequences. There was a pretty cool shootout in the middle of a street that I liked. Outside of that, it's you know, it's a Men in Black movie. What do you expect? I suppose that kind of leads into some of my issues with this movie, is the fact that this movie is just so forgettable. Like, it's just really bland. There's really nothing interesting about the movie at all. You get to the story of this movie, there's nothing really compelling about it. There's nothing really, like, creative or new that they do with it. Like I said, it's your standard issue Men in Black movie. There are some twists that they set up, especially with the villains, who, by the way, are very weak in this movie. Twists that they set up that are very predictable, easy to see from 1,000 miles away. Really no other characters that stand out outside of Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth, and then when you look at their actual characters, they feel very one-dimensional, very one-note. They don't really have much of an arc in this movie. There was some interesting stuff that they tried to set up with Chris Hemsworth in this movie, but I feel like it was executed so sloppily that by the end of the movie, I didn't feel like he had grown at all as a person. It didn't really flesh out the reason for why he was the way he was in the beginning part of the movie. This movie didn't have to do it as good as Men in Black in order to be a good movie. It's not like offensively bad or anything, but it's just, I saw it and it happened and this movie existed, and now I can kind of move on with my day. Men in Black International was the definition of an average movie, and I'm gonna leave it in the Fortress of Solitude. Those are my thoughts on Men in Black International. Tell me what your favorite Men in Black movie is down in the comment section below. Like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and stay tuned for more videos. If you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.